Good afternoon, dear 6th standard students. Today's topic is air. We know air is present everywhere. We cannot see air, but we can feel air. How can we feel air? We feel air when the trees rustle, clothes hanging on a clothesline sway, kites fly in the sky. Thus, we can understand that air is present all around us. Air is necessary for us to live. We can live without food for some days, without water for few hours, but we cannot survive without air. So, air is very important for all living beings to survive. Moving air is called wind. If the wind is cool and soothing, it's called breeze. When air moves with force, it can uproot trees and blow off the rooftops. Air is necessary for breathing and also for combustion. Next, let's see atmosphere. What is atmosphere? Our earth is surrounded by huge envelope of air called atmosphere. Atmosphere extends to more than 800 km above the surface of the earth. The atmosphere protects us from many harmful rays coming from the sun. The atmosphere is made up of 5 different layers: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere, and exosphere. First, let us see troposphere. The troposphere is the layer closest to the earth. We live in the troposphere. It extends upwards for about 16 km above the surface of the earth. Movement of wind takes place in this layer. Water vapor, which is responsible for making cloud. This layer is responsible for the weather. Aircrafts usually fly above this layer to avoid strong winds and bad weather. Next, experimental verification of presence of oxygen and carbon dioxide, nitrogen in air. Joseph Priestley in 1774 showed that air is not an elementary substance but a composition or a mixture of gases, and he identified a colorless and highly reactive gas which was later named oxygen by the French chemist Antoine Lavoisier. So, oxygen was discovered by Joseph Priestley and the name was given by French chemist Antoine Lavoisier. Here is an activity. Priestley took a tub of water and made a float and placed a burning candle on it. He covered the candle with a glass jar. After some time, the candle is put off. He tried to relight the candle many times without opening the sealed jar. The candle could not be relighted. It was clear that something in the air was being used for burning and being converted into another substance. Later, chemists named the substance necessary for burning as oxygen, and during the process of burning, oxygen is converted into carbon dioxide. Now, Priestley could gently lift the jar and place a live mouse inside it without allowing outside air in the jar. But without oxygen, the mouse died. In the next step, he gently lifted the jar and placed a mint plant. Plant being a living thing like mouse, the plant survived. After placing the mint plant, he lighted the candle and it continued to burn. Finally, he took a jar, burned a candle, and converted all oxygen into carbon dioxide. He placed a mint and a mouse into this jar. Both the plant and the mouse survived. He found that plants and animals have a synergy. Animals consume oxygen and release carbon dioxide, and plants take up carbon dioxide and release oxygen. From these experiments, it was clear that air is a composite mixture of many gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. Next is test for carbon dioxide in air. Pour some lime water in a glass tumbler. Bubble some air using a straw through the lime water. After few minutes, look at the lime water carefully. The lime water will eventually turn into a milky white solution. This shows that the presence of carbon dioxide in air. If the lime water turns milky white, then this shows the presence of carbon dioxide in air. Next is composition of air. The major component of air is nitrogen, that is 4/5, and the second major component of air is oxygen, that is 1/4. In addition to nitrogen and oxygen gases, air also contains small amount of carbon dioxide, water vapor, and some other gases like argon, helium, and also some dust particles. The composition of air changes slightly from place to place and also from season to season. Here, air over industrial cities usually has high amount of carbon dioxide. Air in coastal areas may have more water vapor. Air contains more water vapor in rainy season. The amount of dust in the air is more in windy places. Next, test for water vapor in air. Take a few ice cubes in a glass. Keep it on the table for a few minutes. Observe what happens. You could see tiny droplets of water on the outer surface of the glass. The water vapor present in the air condenses on the cold surface of the glass and forms tiny droplets. This shows that air contains water vapor. Next, burning and combustion. When we burn a candle, paper, kerosene, coal, or cooking gas, oxygen is needed. This oxygen comes from the air around us. The process of burning of a substance in the presence of oxygen and releasing large amount of light and heat is called burning. If the process does not emit flame, then it is called combustion. Then, let us see the importance of air for survival of plants and animals. First, respiration in plants. During respiration, plants take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide just like animals. Plants breathe through the tiny holes called stomata present in their leaves. Next, photosynthesis. Plants manufacture food by a process called photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, green plants use carbon dioxide, water in the presence of sunlight to produce food. Plants possess a green pigment called chlorophyll. The photosynthesis is represented as carbon dioxide plus water gives, in the presence of sunlight, chlorophyll, food plus oxygen. Plants release oxygen during photosynthesis. Then, respiration in animals. When we breathe in air, the oxygen present in the air reacts with digested food to produce carbon dioxide gas, water vapor, and energy. This process by which oxygen reacts with digested food to form carbon dioxide, water vapor, and energy is called respiration. That is, food plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. Carbon dioxide formed during respiration dissolves in the blood and is exhaled out of the body through the lungs. Next, respiration of plants and animals in water. The water of ponds, lakes, rivers, and sea have some amount of dissolved oxygen in it. The plants and animals use the dissolved oxygen for breathing. For example, frogs respire through their skin. Fish respire through the gills. Next, uses of air. First, air is used by plants and animals for breathing. So, first one, breathing. Second, it is used for burning fuels like wood, coal, kerosene, LPG, etc. Compressed air is used to fill tires of various kinds of vehicles. Air plays an important role in maintaining the water cycle. Ozone layer protects us from the harmful radiation from the sun. Oxygen cylinders are used for a patient having breathing difficulties, a mountaineer climbing a high mountain, then deep sea divers. Then blowing air is used to turn the blades of the windmill. The windmills are used to draw water by running pumps, run floor mills, and to generate electricity. In this lesson, we have learnt air, composition of air, atmosphere, and the importance of air, burning and combustion. Thank you.